I'm ready. Are you? Oh, yes, you are. I can sense it. We are all ready for the hottest podcast blending Second Life and real life. Boys and girls, it's time for the fourth wall with Paul and BK in three, two, one. Talk to me.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Fourth Wall. I'm the scumbag superstar Paul Slater, alongside my podcast partner BK and his lovely partner Z. And BK, we've been trying to get this person on our podcast for some time, and we finally made it right. We finally moved our schedules, and we finally got it going.
Absolutely, and this one is exciting because, in all honesty, because of everything that's going on with this particular individual, because of what they're called, this actually is the biggest effing show we've ever done. Because right here today in the studio, we have Tani Rinkan, big fucking deal from LPW. Tani, welcome to the show. Glad to have you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
So
And do you realize how many times well, the first thing is that do you realize how many people actually wanted you on the show? Like, I think, what was it, Paul, like 2 or 3 weeks after we got people talking about us and they were coming in. So your name has been probably mentioned the most out of anybody.
Yep.
That is honestly a surprise, but I definitely I'm flattered.
So first we got to find out why you're a big fucking deal.
I mean, do you want the work answer or the real answer?
Well, come on. The way we do this, come on, we got to have both.
I mean, listen. I mean, I don't call myself a big fucking deal for nothing. I've only been on the grid for a short time, wrestling a little bit less, but I try to make it a point to make every match a big effing deal, every story a big effing deal, and from everywhere I've worked since I debuted at UFW to Honor Pro to LPW, even freaking Pain Inc. Like I try to make everything as big as possible, even if I am one of the shortest people in most rosters. I don't care.
That's all that matters. It doesn't matter. I mean, as long as you make the best you can do it, it doesn't matter how big or small you are.
Okay, so I'm taking that was the work answer. What's the real answer?
I mean, I don't know. Like, the real answer is I'm a combat sports enthusiast who, at the bottom of my list for 20 years of life, was wrestling. I didn't care about wrestling, but I loved theater. I loved storytelling. And I stumbled upon friends who were into this mess. So then I go, I'll give it a shot. I fall in love with it. And next thing you know, I'm like, no, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want my Drewski match. Give me this. Give me that. And I'm simultaneously afraid of crazy stuff and wanting all the crazy spots at the same time.
What do you mean you're afraid of the crazy stuff?
So I am a shameless perfectionist. A lot of y'all already know this out of character. Like, I work in law. I'm trying to get my law degree. So like everything I do, if I can't do it right the first time, I don't want to do it at all. And when you get to some of these crazier gimmick spots or gimmick matches, the hardcore, the TLC matches, and what have you, I get more nervous because I'm like, you guys in an audience see this as more opportunities to see someone do some cool shit. And me as the performer, I see this as so many more ways for me to fuck up and end up on like some SL equivalent to Botchmania.
That's a great answer. I like that.
Okay, I like that. I do like that answer. And by the way, we are normally we would be streaming live and you'd be able to see this, but we actually have Foxy Beth Ann that's sitting out here as our first live studio audience member. And what she said was that because Crazy is your middle name.
I mean, she's not wrong. I've worked with Foxy over at Honor Pro on a number of occasions. She was, I think, my debut match at Honor Pro, if memory serves, outside of the V1 tournament, which is what got me in the door in the first place. But I mean, Foxy knows me. I know her. Like, she's not wrong. Some flavor of crazy.
Okay, so Yusef, you just said that you're afraid of the crazy stuff, but yet you want the crazy spots. So, what are you most afraid of?
So, in and out of character, I have a tremendous fear of heights.
Okay.
And even when I have done some more higher altitude spots, it has created a different kind of anxiety for me. So at Honor Pro, I did a North American title match against Emery Rayner. That was two of the shortest people on the roster, save maybe one person. Doing a TLC match, or rather a ladder match, and it culminated in this final spot where Emery's climbing up the ladder, and I throw the ladder down, throw him off of it, and he scoops the belt as he's falling down. It was a whole sequence that we spent probably 2-3 days alone just practicing, running, what have you, because we didn't want to fuck it up. And by we, I mean me. I had to pull the trigger. I'm the one who's doing the thing. And so like it's scripts, it's SL. In a perfect world, it doesn't exist, but in the world we live in, everything can go wrong, from a misfired trigger to sim lag to someone teleporting in at the wrong time and the whole system locks up.
Yep.
And um it creates a different kind of anxiety because I've lived my life on stage for a long time, and it's one thing when the proverbial pants fall down. It's another thing when it's live and recorded and everyone can see it. I had the same thing happened at the World's End event put on by Monster Sauce a couple weeks ago, and I had this huge, like, me and SMF go over the freaking railing spot, and I'm sitting here going, this is the spot that ends the match. If I mess this up here, forget it. Everything I just did for the last 15 minutes means nothing. And that puts a whole different kind of pressure that makes the hype part completely irrelevant to me.
So
Okay,
let me ask you. Go ahead, BK. You ask. Oh wait.
no, you're fine.
No,
You're
no,
fine.
no.
You're fine.
You had a question prior to that answer. I had a different question. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So you said that it's with the heights. That's what you're most afraid of. But at the same time, you look for crazy spots. So, what's the craziest spot you've ever done?
To date, honestly, I just mentioned it. It was the most recent thing I've ever done. World's End event put on by Monster
Okay.
Sauce
Okay.
back at the tail end of September. Me and SMF had a Falls Count Anywhere match that pretty
Okay.
much started moving, and that's the spot we did.
Okay. Okay. So I thought maybe though that was you said something recent. I thought maybe there was like something you had done previously, like maybe something off the top of the cage, maybe something
Oh
like
no,
that. So I didn't know.
that isn't to say
Okay.
that that can't happen, but I mean, I have. Drewski mentioned it before when he was on this podcast, but I mean, he and I did a spot together in a hardcore match that had more comedic elements than anything else, including but not limited to him literally slipping behind me and then playing butt bongos on me during that UFW match. Well, I mean, crazy isn't always blood sport and what have you, although I've done it, but I've done crazy in other ways too.
Just crazy wild and crazy fun.
Exactly.
So let me ask you a question about. You said you're in theater. What kind of theater do you do?
Um, I've done a lot. I mean, most of what I've done has been stage drama. I have done some musicals. I come from a musical background. I worked as a stagehand for a number of years back in undergrad. So, like, I've done everything from fly ropes and throwing weight to uh, calling transitions as the stage manager when the house manager was out of town. Um, I've played in the orchestra pit. I mean, you name it, I've probably done it.
That's also all right. So I'm going to ask. I'm going to put you on the spot here. What's the best play you ever performed in?
Wizard of Oz,
Oh,
hands down.
Oh yes,
Hands down.
Let's
okay.
go.
What part? Okay. What part did you play?
So I actually wasn't on stage for Wizard of Oz. What we did is I was at my undergraduate in Virginia, Christopher Newport University. We had Wizard of Oz coming in to do a show at our school, and they had their full production, and I got excited. I was working a bit, but what ended up happening is the orchestra pit had a how do you say it? It was a deficiency in violins. We were short a couple of violins and we couldn't fill the pit out. So I came in and I joined in and I played with them. I mean, I had a couple of weeks to put everything together. It's not like I just flew in blind. But no, I mean, that was my favorite show I've ever been a part of, and it was a show I wasn't on stage for at all.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. Have you done any of the theater productions that they do here in SL?
No, I've wanted to because I saw one that Margin Lion was in. I think it was Phantom of the Opera. I think it was what was it, the Rose something theater. They did Phantom of the Opera, and I
Okay.
wanted so badly to get into theater and SL, but I haven't had the chance to really explore it yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So,
I've been to one off Broadway one. It was The Wizard of Oz was an off Broadway one. The one I actually seen in Broadway was Jesus Christ Superstar.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
And it was
oh,
like,
that is a good one.
yeah, is there music? I always thought the music in Jesus Christ Superstar was badass.
Yeah, I got
I
to
feel like it was
see.
kind of slept on. Like
Yeah,
people don't talk about it as much as they should.
no, it's the
Yeah, you're
music's
right.
great for the time.
Uh, let's see. For me, the only on Broadway show that I ever saw was Cats, and then I saw an off Broadway show of Fozzie.
Fozzie,
So that,
what was that?
yeah, there was a choreographer real big in the dance world whose name Fozzie, not Fozzie Fozz, not Chris Jericho's
Yeah,
Fozzie.
yeah. I
This
was more
was
thinking
Fozzie.
Fozzie Bear from
Yeah.
the Muppets.
No, no, oh my God, really?
You and me both. I was like, waka waka. I'm like,
Mike,
okay.
No,
when did he do a
walking.
Broadway play?
no.
How'd I miss that?
Well, I mean, the Muppets have done everything by taking over Christmas and been pirates and take over Manhattan and everything else. So they probably did. They probably do have a Broadway show somewhere. That really Fozzie the Bear, really. Back on topic, sort of.
Yeah,
I guess.
I will quickly correct myself because Neko Tigerfire jumped into the sidebar and corrected me. It wasn't theater per se, but they had the viral voice competition that had gone on, and one of its competitors, another furry opera singer by the name of Mary Jess Starchild, I actually was doing on stage dancing to one of his performances. It's
That's pretty cool.
theater per se in a way. So I actually have on stage experience in SL. So I have to correct myself on that one.
Oh, okay, well, that's good. Okay, so let's get back to the ring. Now, you
Yes.
said yourself that you have not really been doing this all that long. However,
Mm.
however, believe it or not, some of us do pay attention as to what goes on with X posts and some social media things. And
Mhm.
this thing that you and Felicia have got going on, I would swear that you've been. I would swear with the trash talk that I've seen you do on that. I would swear that you've been doing this longer than just a few years because you're just. It's just the way you do it. It's like you hit it. It's like you. It's like you burn them, but it's like you have to think about it for a minute. It's like, oh my God, you just really got them good, and they come back with. It's like. Does your law degree? Does you practicing laws that help you with doing stuff like that? With what you say and how you say it, so that you can get your jabs in there without people actually realizing that you're jabbing them.
Oh, 100%. I tell everyone, especially at the trial level, that law is more theater than law. Like, there's the black letter law, there's the case law, you can do your research, blah, 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 the boring stuff. But with respect to court cases, depositions, trial, settlement conferences, that is largely theater. And actually, a lot of people who go into law don't come from law backgrounds. They tend to come from the theater house, at least in the trial law world, because there's a lot of different subsections of law. So for me, what helps me in social media banter and in promos, because I won't lie, I have more fun cutting a promo than I do in any match. No disrespect to any person I've wrestled, but it's 100% looking for ways to get to the point without dragging it out, because nothing I hate more than a 15-minute promo. Just get to the point and get off my fucking stage. But also, I don't want to have to spell out for you what's going on. I can drop in a zinger or I can reference a past match as I love to do because I like continuity in what I do. And to the person who doesn't know what's going on, they go, okay, well, Tani's talking about a trank gun. What the hell is she talking about? Now they're going to look at the group in question. They're going to pull up the match in question. They're going to watch the match and go, holy shit, that's crazy. And then they're going to go, now I see where she's coming from. So it's all about making sure that the target audience is able to do just enough thinking to do their own research and come back a little more knowledgeable. Maybe they want to stick around and see more of the product. But also to those of us on the inside, you know, the second I posted that tweet, I went back to the Pain Inc. crew and Jana in particular got such a laugh out of it because she was like, "Oh my gosh, I love that you brought up that spot." And I was like, "Yeah, it's relevant. Why wouldn't I bring it up?"
So I got a
All
question
right,
for you
very.
on that. I got a question for you on that. So
Okay.
with I've noticed this from some people. I'm not gonna put anyone on blast, but like seeing people on Twitter, right? So do you feel that chat, like with the, you know, how big Chat GPT is? Do you see a lot of people like when you're doing work, like promo work, you're gonna do like a promo with somebody or even a storyline? Do you see a lot of people using Chat GPT to like maybe tell their story or to maybe even use it to make a tweet or things like that? You ever come across that yet?
Me personally, no. I've been very blessed
Yeah.
in most of the stories that I've worked with. Again, I haven't been around long enough to say anything. Some people have been around here for over a decade.
Right. Right.
I've only got about 2 years and counting, but most of the people that I've worked with, everything we do is organic. I tend to really only follow one rule, which is communicate with your target, right? If I'm going to talk shit about you, I want you to know what I'm saying ahead of time. I don't want to cross any boundaries. I don't want people to actually get their feelings hurt because, as we all know, there's a fine line between this is a work and now you've pissed me off.
Yeah.
And
Oh
some
yeah.
people don't know where that line is, and I really don't want to cross it. Now, I've seen some people use it generally. I think I saw one person who unironically used Grok in their tweets trying to like drum up some hype for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I
And
was.
I felt some type of way about it. I was like, okay,
It's like
you do you,
cheating.
boo. I'm not gonna. It's a cheat.
Yeah.
It
It's
doesn't
cheating.
sit well for me. I'm like, if you can't build yourself up, if you can't hype yourself up, if you've got nothing worth talking about, you'd be better off just not tweeting to begin with.
Well, that's
Because at
like
least that way, I'm not going to look at you and scowl, going, "This girl really had to," or "This guy really had to go
yeah.
out and use this," because they got nothing better to say.
I've come across like stuff. I use Twitter sometimes, but if here's the whole thing, the moral of all this: if you're going to use ChatGPT for your tweets, take the goddamn dashes out because it's a
Mm-hmm.
dead giveaway. It's a dead giveaway. And if you're in a storyline with me and you're going to use ChatGPT and I notice it, I am going to fucking blast you. So take the dashes out. Just take the dashes
No,
out.
you're you're
Yeah,
you're 100% right, and I'll
yeah,
take this a step further because to any moron who thinks that they can use ChatGPT to build a case pleading, let me tell you something. We know who you are. You are not fooling anyone, and your case is not going to make it past the first hearing. I literally had one person. I thought I was losing my ever loving mind. I printed out the complaint. It wasn't even like an answer to a complaint or a motion. It was the complaint itself. I printed it out. I marched my tail, forget the associate. I marched my tail straight into the partner's office. I put this on his desk. I said, "You've got to be bullshitting me." And he didn't even look up. He goes, "I know. This is absolutely AI generated. I'm about to
yeah.
rip him a new one." I'm like, "Please do, or I'm going to."
Oh, I can see it. It's
Nice.
even worse in that world. I can imagine.
Oh my God. Don't even
Okay.
get me started.
Okay. So now, just a little bit ago, you
Hmm.
were talking about how you did say as your disclaimer, you said nothing against anybody you've ever been in the ring with, but you enjoy doing promos. Basically, you enjoy telling the story and then letting the matches finish the action part of the story is what you're doing. So, with no disrespect to anybody you've ever been in the ring with, favorite opponent.
I knew this question was coming. I've literally heard y'all ask this to so many
every
people.
every
And
show.
I told myself I was going to be ready, and here I am caught flat footed. Uh,
It's all
favorite
about
opponent.
timing. It's all about timing.
Yeah, no shit. It's about timing. Honestly, favorite opponent. I actually have to go with my old tag partner, Valkyrie Grimm's daughter. We've worked together a lot over the past year across many feds, but it was the story of my first and only title. Honor Pro Tag Team Champions, me and Valkyrie were Dominion. And it was a classic story. You know, I'm the shit heel, power goes to my head. Babyface underdog is coming back up once a shot. I tell them they're not worth my time. I've kicked your ass 3 ways from Sunday. I'm not doing it a fourth. And we lose the belt because I plan on taking a DQ loss. Valkyrie throws me back in the ring and says, no, if we're going to lose, we're going to lose. And I lose. And it turns into a team fracturing feud of me going after Valkyrie, trying to provoke the beast. And I mean, Valkyrie, I mean, you see her in the audience, 7 foot tall hyena woman. I'm 5'3" and a $150. Like, clearly, I'm not winning in a power versus power fight. So I make this a mental game. And Valkyrie was amazing in working with me in threading the story along. I mean, this is more them than me at this point, but we get to the final match, and it's at Gold Rush. And like, it's raw, it's emotional, it's violent for what is booked as a standard singles match. And it comes to this moment where, like, the ref takes this huge bump, gets knocked the fuck out. I go out of the ring, Valk's down, and I grab the steel chair and I walk in like I'm about to brain her. And Valk tells me, go on, do it. And I hesitate for like a good 2-3 seconds before shameless plug to Black Dragon Animations. I turn over and I chuck the chair out of the ring. And I'm like, I'm not going to fucking do this. And we have a match that is huge for being something that didn't have to be that big. But also, it's emotional, and it ends with sort of an open-ended question towards reconciliation. Like, it was everything that I would have wanted in a match that's both narrative and physical at the same time.
Nice.
Oh, very nice. Especially when you carry out stories, you know, and I'm sure this didn't just go just like over a span of just a few weeks. I'm sure you stretched it out and did it the right way, right?
Oh, absolutely. This was a 8-week, I think, storyline in terms of me versus Valkyrie. But in terms of us inclusive of the tag title, I mean, that story wrapped up right after Memorial Day. And we picked up the tag belts in Bound by Honor. When was that? That would have been October, November of last year. So I mean, that story's been brewing over the course of several months to get to that point.
Oh, that's nice. Long term.
And by the way, the comment you made earlier about people not knowing the difference between being what's a work and what's real, Paul and I have no idea what you're talking about. We've never done it before.
Oh, I know. I definitely don't follow y'all on social media and see shit that go down and go pointing at my screen like Leonardo DiCaprio. I definitely wouldn't know a damn thing about that.
Now.
No.
Totally haven't been there myself.
Well, that's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. Okay, so we've talked about SL a lot, so let's go ahead and let's go. There you go, Mike. Is that the way you're talking about?
100%. 100%.
Okay, so we've talked about SL a little bit, so let's go back over into RL for a minute, because you've talked about being an SL as far as a wrestler, but we have yet to find out, were you or have you become a wrestling fan before or after you got into SL wrestling?
After. Before I didn't really follow it. Yeah, I didn't really follow it, but when I started to get involved on SL, at first it was purely research, right? Like I said, I was like, I'm not going to do this and not know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't know what my gimmick is. I don't know what I'm doing. So I start watching WWE and I go, okay, I feel like I can do a decent take on Roxanne Perez. And then I start watching NXT. I get into it. I start watching, SmackDown Raw. I get into it. I think it was WrestleMania when not the time Cody won, but the time before it is when I really started paying attention. And then I go back and I start watching AEW. I start watching GCW, Game Changer Wrestling, some of the indie groups, as different friends who are definitely more into this than me start watching it. And I start really getting into it from there.
That's awesome.
Have you gone back and started watching any of the Monday Night War stuff?
I haven't gone that far back. I have not gone that
Oh,
far
oh,
back.
you have got to. I'm sorry, you have got to, you got to, because I don't care what anybody
That's
says.
go
No,
ahead.
no, no. The Monday Night War, that was the pinnacle of the '90s, going into the new Millennium Wrestling. And yes, I know Ruthless Aggression took it a little bit further, but it was the Attitude Era and the Monday Night Wars that really put wrestling on the map. Even, yeah, everybody knew Hulk Hogan and King Kong Bundy and Randy Savage and all of them, but it wasn't until the Attitude Era and all that come in. So you got to go back and watch some of that, especially the fact that you're talking about being a tag team, especially when the Hardys and Edge and Christian and the Dudley Boys, and the tag team division was just rich, just deep rosters. You got to watch a lot of that. So
But I find it
I
interesting though
will.
that like you're probably the first guest that we've had on here. Maybe there might have been another other one I can't off the top of my head, but like that didn't really watch wrestling at all until you came on here. Like
yeah, I think you're right about
I
that.
think Lady Death was another one that was similar to that. But like I mean recently like that Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns match was only like 2 3 years ago. You know what I mean? So really
Yeah,
you're still young into like your wrestling experience and that you fell in love with it. It's pretty awesome.
I will. I will admit, and again, um, this was Oliver Wonderful was working on a very huge match for himself as well. Um, and before he got to it, because again, he trained me in SLPW originally. Well, not originally, but there's a lot of story about that I won't get into right now. And before he got to his really, really big match, he actually had me because he was talking to me about explaining me about teaching me things, and he goes, "I want you to watch this match." And it was a WrestleMania match. I can't tell you the year, but it was Bret Hart versus I'm blanking on his opponent's name, and he's going to kill me for
Shawn
forgetting.
Michaels,
No, it wasn't Shawn Michaels. What was it? 1, 2, 3
1 2 3 kid.
kid.
Yeah, it was a regular match. Yeah, 1 2 3 kid. Sean Waltman.
I don't know if it was him or if it was someone else. It's echoing in my head, and Discord search function's garbage. Anyways, like he has me watch this insane. It was a WrestleMania match, and it involved Bret Hart and somebody else, and like he had me watch it, and we talked about it, and we analyzed it, and I was like, "Holy shit! Like this is huge." So you're correct in that I need to go back further and watch more because I've seen some greats and I need to see how we got to those points. But no, I'm definitely a baby as far as y'all are concerned.
But that's pretty cool. Like I remember being fascinated when like Lady Death said it. Like it was just amazing to me that because to me and the BK could probably vouch for this. Is like in order to do this, it's craziness. Like you really gotta love it. Like you know what I mean? Like to put up with a lot of the
Mhm.
shit that people put up with in
Yeah,
this and the egos we got to put up with this and some people it's like you gotta love it. And for somebody to come in that
absolutely.
really don't have any love for it as far as though coming in basically blind is pretty fascinating that you stuck around with it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do something a little bit different because before we even got started and started recording, we were being informed that a bunch of questions started coming in and started flooding Z's DM. So what we're going to do is we're going to start the questions in just a moment. Now, because of the fact that so many come in, what we're going to do, let Z get down till she has about one or two left. Excuse me, to where she has about one or two left. She will let you all know an open mic, and then you can start with some more questions. But as we said before we went on the air, we are on a limited time schedule here, so don't bombard her too much. So let's go ahead and get some sponsors out of the way, and then we'll get to the questions. So make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure you tell everybody about us, and make sure that you share. We are the Fourth Wall with Paul and BK.
Bitch Please has teamed with whatchamacallit. Brings you all of your clothing needs from custom wrestling attire to everyday clothes. Established in 2007, whatchamacallit is one of the oldest clothing stores in SL. For more information, contact Bannock Og. Custom work is available, and they have clothes for men and women.
Have you ever logged into Second Life just to spend time with that special someone? Or just to escape that headache called real life and you just can't seem to find anything to do? Well, here at Warblood City, we have got something for you. rentable bikes for a bike ride, a cafe for that date night, or a place to catch up with friends over tea and coffee. We also have our very own movie theater, so make sure you check out what's on the big screen. Every year from the 21st of September until the 1st of November, there is Warblood City's annual Autumn Carnival, so make sure to check that out. All you got to do is go into your search bar and type in Warblood Isle. Take the teleport, and welcome to the last stop you'll need for fun. We will see you all very, very soon.
LPW, otherwise known as Limitless Pro Wrestling. Check out their shows Riot Thursday nights at 4 p.m. SLT, then catch them again on Unleashed Sundays at 1 p.m. SLT.
Aaron's Domain is a SL themed server for friends, family, and the SL wrestling community. They have all sorts of channels and categories that may pique your interest and are currently tied to several other feds in the SL community, whether Rain works there or not. They do show their support for the family in the best way that they can. If you wish to become a member and join us, feel free to ask herself or Chrissy and they will get back to you. Welcome to the Aaron family, and the door is always open.
Premier Wrestling is Second Life's leading federation for virtual sports entertainment, where passion meets performance, and the spotlight's not just on the ring, it's on you. We're recruiting now. Wrestlers, commentators, managers, referees. If you've got the drive, we've got the platform. With 4 electrifying weekly shows, Overload, Attitude, Rise, and ABW, Premier isn't just entertainment, it's a movement, a community, a gateway to the virtual world, proudly partnered with Linden Labs. Whether you're here to compete, perform, or elevate the action behind the scenes, there's a place for you in the Premier family. Step into the story. Visit premier-wrestling.com and join the action.
Well, I didn't know how long you don't know.
I got it.
Yeah, I know we can get this. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get right into the questions. Z, I know you've got a ton of them, so go ahead and take it away.
Oh, yes. And I tell you, nobody that sent questions just sent one.
Oh boy.
And the first message I got came in from Flippy, and Flippy says they have the book of questions and starts right in on them. Who out of the rookies in SLPW do you want to create the ultimate faction with?
I have no idea, because I guess that also depends on your definition of what a rookie is, right? Because I can't consider myself a veteran, but I'm definitely no rookie. And Flippy, aka Richie, you can't be one either. No, you haven't stumped me. I'm laying clarification.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, Tony. Before you actually get into that question, here's the thing. He asked that question of everybody because he wants people to say him. So go ahead.
He's not a rookie either. He's been wrestling longer than me.
We know that, but he wants to be named as somebody's team. He doesn't want to be picked last.
Well, unfortunately for him, he's gonna. I'm sorry. Repeat the question one more time because I think I actually have a good answer.
Okay. Who out of the rookies in SLPW do you want to create the ultimate faction with?
Ultimate faction. Okay, this is why I asked the clarifying questions. I was about to answer incorrectly. Ultimate faction from the rookies. I would say the Peppercorn Punch Knuckle. Y'all had her on the show before.
No, we haven't because schedules got screwed up.
Oh, you haven't.
We're going to be circling back to her.
Yeah.
Oh, biscuits! I thought y'all got to her. Oh, I missed that notification. Okay, well, Peppercorn Punch Knuckle arguably is even crazier on a microphone than even me. I will 100% admit to that. Peppercorn Punch Knuckle, Veronica Steele, another new hyena on the block. In terms of the newbies, both of them have insane promo potential and insane promo skills, and they have grown exponentially in terms of their skills in the ring. I don't know if this would be something like a Josie and the Pussycats thing where it's just like Tani and the Yeens or something, but like I would 100% love, if we're talking about rookies, I would love to work on something huge with the two of them.
Okay.
Sorry, Richie.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Richie. You didn't get picked again, dude.
Now we will go into your next question from Mr. Richie.
Uh-oh.
What
Why haven't you picked me?
What?
Just fucking with you, Richie.
Oh god.
What was one match that made you break down in laughter?
Oh, that's my favorite one that I like to cite to was way back when I was actually a rookie. UFW, we were doing the Rookie Invitational uh, mini arc, tournament arc for the anime fans. And I had a match with Muraku Frostmane. Dante, the owner, was the referee in the match through a Nidoran named Jake. This is relevant. We get to this spot, and I've never used, at this point, I have never gone on mic. Everything I've done has been typed out. So I was still very nervous on the microphone. And we get to this spot, which has become one of my moves of doom. I drop him in the corner. I stomp him down. I kick him in the head. And in this particular match, Muraku and I have history. We were both trained by the same person. We leaned into that for the purposes of the story. I hit him and I trap him with a stink face. And during the stink face, I get counted out, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I let go. As I let go, Muraku, I don't know if this is his first time on a hot mic. He goes on a hot mic and he goes, Jake, I don't know, Tani. I don't think you got all of that in I don't think you got a chance to really show that move. Jake, can you be a bro and like count slower next time? And he told me he was going to say something to sort of get Tani aggroed to then run in and attack again. I didn't know what he was going to say. So he says that. I hit my mouse 3 button, don't realize it at the moment. Then I realized, I said, well, fuck it, we're here. And I just go, excuse, what? And then I run forward and I hit him with my goal smasher, my penalty kick. And that moment even stumped Croven on the comms desk. And even he was speechless for 3 seconds. And the second I remembered to, because I held my breath, the second I remembered to mute my microphone in world at that moment, I about fell out my chair laughing. Muraku's laughing his ass off. Dante doesn't know what to do with this. And I grabbed Muraku and I dragged him out of the corner and I kind of used it as a rest spot because I legitimately, I was tense. I couldn't see the match card. I was like, Muraku, I already took a size 6 and sent it into your chin, but I'm killing you after this.
I love it. Call audibles. I love audibles. I love audibles.
Oh my god, that is great. Oh yeah, we don't know anything about audibles, do we?
I love them.
Oh my god, could you imagine? Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Consequently, that was also the thing that got me to start going out on mic because at that point I'm like, y'all have already fucking heard me. I got nothing to be afraid of now.
Right. Okay, I'm sorry. That that has got to be the best audible story I've ever heard.
Audible.
And that has got to be the best audible I've ever heard.
Now, if you get Muraku on here and he doesn't say that, I'm going to kill him again.
Okay, got it. We will remind him of that too.
There is a wrong answer.
Oh, all right, Z. What do you got next?
Okay, one final one in Richie's list here. What inspired the BFD gimmick?
Nice question.
Great question.
Who asked that? Who asked that? Z.
That was Richie.
Richie.
Again.
Nice question, Richie.
That's a really good one, and it's fitting because I'm actually, again, 2.25 years and counting into this. I'm actually think I'm due to shift, if not evolve my gimmick a little bit. But the namesake BFD, big fucking deal, actually started off as a filler, right? For those of you who've played WWE 2K, you've got TBD wrestling. That was my TBD was BFD because I didn't know what to do at the time. I wanted to start wrestling. Again, I had just started watching wrestling. I didn't know what the answer was. I didn't know what to do. And so Dante's telling me, if you can't explain your gimmick in 2 to 3 words, you're doing too much. It's got to be something that can be easily understood and picked up. And so I go, well, I've got a big ego. I think I'm a big fucking deal. And it started off ironic. And that's what I started to call myself because I didn't know what else to do. And as time would go on, it was one of those things where it's you kind of pick the name and then try to embody it versus finding a name that fits your personality.
Oh, in other words, a happy accident.
Yeah, because that's literally what I've become in my own way is in trying to justify the name that I'm calling myself, which is ironic because I'm a mouthy shitheel. Usually the name of the game is I call myself something big. I don't fit the bill, but fuck you for telling me otherwise.
Oh, nice. Okay, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
I can definitely deal with that. I mean, Paul's as great of a heel as you play. You can relate to that.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so you're saying that was all for Richie, right? Are we sure?
Yeah, that was all that was listed in Richie's message.
Now,
So
Richie,
we're
that
good
does
on
not
Richie.
that does not give you permission to start up a whole other book of questions. Okay,
You
so
can
who do you
harass
got
me
in
after
next?
the show.
Yeah. Okay, so who do you got in next?
Okay, next we have one person that is sending questions for two people. So we're good here.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm goofy enough that I don't know if it's one person and an alt that's the other person or if it's a totally separate person. So
Well, just ask it anyway.
me,
We'll
it
figure
doesn't
it out
matter.
later. Yeah.
But for our first question comes from Vixie the Kitsune. And let's be silly. Why are you a bitch to Vixie?
Damn, straight to the point.
Wow. Somebody's been listening to me, haven't they?
So I can tell you right now. I can tell you right now, Z, and these are two different people. These is a real life couple. They are married, and so I can tell you right now, Vixie is using Neko as the mouthpiece, and I bet it was Neko who sent the DM.
It was, yes.
Yeah, so we'll dispel that conspiracy theory before we get there. These are two different people. But why am I such a bitch to Vixie? I don't know, because I can. Like, like no,
And that should end the answer right there. Don't even have to explain
That's
it.
it. Yeah, you don't have to answer anymore.
Yeah.
That's it.
Love you, Vixie.
Perfect answer. Perfect answer right there. No
Exactly.
explaining.
That's it. You're done.
Because I
That's
can.
sweet. Yeah, because I can.
There you go. Just like Dante said, 3
Yep.
words. Okay, so what was the other question?
Okay, well, we actually have three here. There's another from Vixie, and I have a feeling this one's going to cause another giggle to come out.
Oh
Do you
boy.
find Lilith a fellow brat or just a big dish ear fennec?
Oh.
I mean, at this point, this is going to be real easy. Yeah, definitely. I call her Big Ears for a reason. Lilith Rosethorn, Fennec Fox, Blue Girl, usually holds a camera at Paint Inc. She's all ears and can't hear a fucking thing.
Wow.
No, again, love her to death. I love her to death. But no, I mean, if you want me to pick one, Vixie, then it's option 2. Easy. She's freaking satellite dishes for ears.
Oh damn.
Damn. She's cooking
Wow.
people tonight.
Wow. Boy,
Hand me the question. I'm going to answer it.
talk about going scorched earth. Jesus.
And now we're going to completely change your topic, which should tell you that it goes to the other person asking questions. What's your favorite food?
You know, I am a sucker for sushi. And the worst thing about where I live right now, not steak with ketchup, Valkyrie, how dare you? Worst part about where I live right now, I moved out of Chicago proper. I live in the burbs now because I took a promotion. Woohoo!
Congratulations.
But thank you. But the unfortunate reality is there's no good sushi spots near me. So I have to plan to drive like 30 minutes to an hour traffic depending to go to my usual sushi spots or hope I'm working downtown that day and then can just go to my usual haunts. But no, I mean, if I could live next door to a sushi restaurant, mwah.
Oh, okay.
I never eaten sushi.
Oh,
Well,
man.
sushi, as long as it's done right, but
Yeah,
whatever
not a
you
big
do,
fish
I don't care
guy.
what anybody says. Don't go get it out of Publix or a gas station or something like that.
Oh,
No.
yeah. I'm
Actually
not
go to
Never.
actually go to a restaurant.
I
Yeah.
don't even eat hot dogs out
Never.
of gas stations.
No, yeah, no. Gas station anything is
Yeah.
always suspect. I mean, they make jokes about it for a reason.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, Z, what was the next one?
Okay, now we switch over to our favorite, Mr. Mike.
Okay. Well, okay. Hold on. Let me go pop some popcorn.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, because Mike is on it again tonight. And yeah.
Boy.
Our first question is actually in 3 parts.
Oh Jesus
Uh,
Christ! What was that movie? Back to School. I have one
Yeah.
question in 27
27
parts.
parts.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Pretty
Okay.
much. He starts us off with question 1, survey time.
Oh,
Who is your favorite SL wrestling character?
now
Just
remember
objectively
now.
from an audience perspective.
I think it's just overall.
Besides yourself.
Well, besides myself, yeah, I'm not going to look at the mirror at this one. Um,
Oh my God, you brought the perfect
honestly,
deal.
honestly, one of my absolute favorites to just watch has all, and again, it's been an inspiration in how I developed my own character. But Alex J Nightmare, specifically Alex J Nightmare, he is the perfect embodiment of a overconfident, sometimes arrogant asshole, but has the abilities to back it up. So it's like either you beat him and you have to acknowledge him, or he beats you and it just adds insult to injury. Like he has done such an amazing job at conveying what he wants to get across. You're going to leave the room hating him at the end of the day, but you love to hate him. He plays his part perfectly, and that has been a huge inspiration in me wanting to get better with the stuff that I say, even in moments where he will absolutely call out the nuances and the uniqueness of us using SL as a platform. I'll never forget. I tell everybody there was a promo he did where he was coming out and riling up the crowd as part of an angle he was working on, and Combs was kind of interjecting him, kind of like a classic Tony Schiavone type moment. And he literally just goes, "Oh, hey, I'm sorry. Is this thing on? Oh, here, by the way, /63, shut the fuck up." And then he gets back to his spot. And it's like, obviously, if you're in the game, you know exactly what /63 means. And so I heard it and I lost my mind and like, that's freaking brilliant. And then I want to go and do stuff of that level later on.
Well, all you got to do is just step out there and do it. To be honest with you.
Yep.
Amen. It's the only way to do it is to do it.
Yep. Not like I said, not that Paul or I know anything about that. Okay, Z, what do we got next?
And part 2, who is your favorite SL wrestling in-ring technician / mechanic?
Damn, that's pretty specific.
That is incredibly specific, Mike. I'm going to rip you a new one later in booking. I mechanic, technical. I mean, honestly, the best person I can think of is Drewski. I legitimately Drewski Hoxley. Every person I think has said something positive about that man, and I'm not going to stop today. There is not a thing you can do. You cannot put him in a position he can't find a way to make use of. He is incredible in his ringmanship. He's incredible in his technical knowledge, and he's incredible in his understanding in how professional wrestling works. He will make anything work, and there's a very short list of people who can do that.
Yeah, his name comes up
A lot.
God, I'm not gonna lie. I know this. I know this is not possible, but I would probably say 99% of the people that we've spoken to that's in the wrestling community on the show, his name has come up as either somebody they want to go against or their favorite person to go against.
Him and Baza Winlow are the two top guys that come up all the time.
I believe it. And I'm fortunate enough. I've only had one shot to do anything with Baza.
Yeah.
But I cherish the moment that I had because I've learned so much and they are so easy to work with. And again, there's not a lot of people who fit that description. There's always going to be some level of friction in most instances. I challenge anyone to have a problem working with either of those two.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I
So,
don't challenge them, but
well, I mean, I wouldn't say that. Like I said, enough people wanted to hear, wanted to have you to come on our show and hear you. So apparently, many people out there are interested. So you never know. You may get a new challenge. Okay. So that was
now we go
okay.
on.
So that was what, part number 3 of part number 7.
That was part number 2 of question number 1.
Oh, okay.
Now we move on to part number 3 of question number 1. Who is your favorite SL wrestling person, the backstage personality.
See, that's really sweet because not enough love goes to them. Casserix is his name on Discord, but it's Kind Tiger Paw. And when I tell you that man does not get nearly enough praise for the work that he does. He streams and he videographs for so many people across the grid. He has done promotional material for UFW for longer than I've been around. Obviously for Pain Inc. now, which is his primary engagement. He, before all of that, was notoriously known as the Sign Cat. Like if you ever see a mildly annoyed spotted cheetah, dark spotted cheetah, standing with a sign and a hoodie, that's Kind. Like the man is honestly an unsung hero in this business. And a lot of people, a lot of feds would have a lot of missing videos from things that just never got covered if not for this man. He will work with just about anyone. He's put together so many promo packages and video promos for people. And he genuinely, if he is not completely burned out and just at a fuck it level with people, he will almost always say yes, even if he really doesn't have the energy for it. Like he is absolutely a gift to this community. And a lot of us would not have a fraction of the success we've had, myself included, without him.
Yeah, a lot of people in here, and they also had a couple of people that said about Kind.
Mhm.
Kinds, yeah,
Kind.
same thing. Yeah, Kind. I always hate saying people's names because if I'm not around them enough, I always try to pronounce it, and sometimes I get it wrong. So yes, they're Kind. So apparently, right along that same lines, there are some people who do echo your sentiments about the people who work backstage that don't get enough credit. And yes, I know there's a lot of them that does it, and there's a lot of work that goes to putting just the wrestling show together and just putting it on for a couple hours. No telling what they do during the week that we don't see and we don't know about even as performers.
Oh, absolutely. And it's something that I didn't appreciate until I found myself in that position. I mean, I'm at one point was helping manage 3 groups. When I tell you, and I have a lot of hair, when I tell you I was losing hair over it, it was too much. And even now it's like from booking occasionally, I don't do it as much anymore, but streaming, helping put together people's promos, even if I just record the raws, voice acting on the side for some people who don't voice for themselves. Like there's so many elements that go on behind the scenes, and that's not even to include booking, story creation, understanding who's doing what, trying to sometimes appease people who feel like they're not getting theirs, and then kind of, putting some things to the back burner so we can prioritize other people. Like there's so much that happens behind the scenes that so many people who only see the booking come out, okay, I'm carding this match, I perform the match, and boom, on to the next. They don't know and they cannot appreciate unless they are in that situation themselves.
I do agree with you 100% on that because I have been in that position. But at the same time, you also have those people that get put in the positions that they're just like, I'm in this position, I'm going to do what I want to do, and there's nothing you can do about it because I can. Because I can.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a person right in that. All right, Z, what? Go to the next part.
All right. Well, actually, we are done with question 1 finally. Question 2. Well, see, Mike sends in 4 questions, and one of them has 3 parts. So,
Right.
Question 2. As someone who is relatively new, but who has done so much, how valuable do you think tenure is in the SLPW?
Mike, I hate you. Um, No, but I say this specifically because Mike has definitely heard me rant about this before. A number of people have heard me rant about this before, and this may risk falling into the hot take category. I am a firm believer that tenure does not mean shit to me. And I echo this in my professional life. I echo this in my theater life. I definitely feel this on SL. I do not care if you've been wrestling longer than I've been an adult, right? Obviously, I was born in 97. You do the math. Like, I don't care if you've been wrestling longer than I've been alive. I don't care if you just came onto the scene 2 months ago. Everybody has a capacity to grow and improve if they are willing to acknowledge that they are not the smartest person in the room. And there's so there are some people in the community who have been around forever. You know, Austin Knight, Jen Parkin, I will shamelessly name drop because they've been around a while, but they are consistently looking for new things to learn, and I love them for it. I want to get in the kitchen. I want to cook with them. There are some people who've been around a hot minute and think that's it. I've done it all. I don't care. I know what I'm good. And then I watch them go out there and I'm like, gosh, I have seen trainees do better than you. And they don't care. So to the extent that tenure is relevant or important to me, it's just a number. I mean, I've got attorneys I work with who've been practicing for 45 years. And I'm not going to name him for obvious reasons, but I just watched one attorney just last month get ripped a new one by a judge on a motion for sanctions and a motion for summary judgment, which is fancy legal speak for you on a personal level fucked up, and now you just lost your case. So tenure is great if you've done something good with it. But if you haven't, if you've been squandering it, if you think you reached your peak in 2011 and you expect anyone in 2025 to care about what you did 14 years ago because you've done nothing since, like, I'm sorry, you're going to lose me. What are you doing today? How are you translating that to today? Are you trying to make yourself better, or are you just chasing ghosts from college when you were frat president or whatever?
And if you notice down here in the chat, Adam Gamer said Mario 64 is older than you. However, we don't need to be talking about age. We don't need to be talking about age here, because I'm one of those people that can say I'm older than the internet. I'm older than Google. You know, so we don't need to be talking. I'm older than Mario 64.
Yep, I'm right there with him.
So
The kids
Fair
are
enough.
older than that, so
yeah, people in there. You beat all this, whatever. All right, so that was the second question. So we're down to question number 3 now.
we are up to question number 3.
Oh, okay.
And this is another one that you're going to kill him for.
Oh boy.
What is SLPW flaw, and what is its biggest strength?
SLPW's biggest flaw is in its ego. And I admit that I'm part of the problem in this. SLPW is an extension at times, not just of a lot of theater people, but of a lot of role player minded people who want to be the Will Ospreay or the Tony Storm or the Bianca Belair of this space. And sometimes that means that they are so focused on getting what they want that they are ignoring the greater product that they're supposed to be working towards. And I've said this in booking meetings galore in multiple feds that have let me into that room. If everyone is focused on winning and getting over, no one's winning. No one's getting over. You don't have a show. And ultimately, that's what you have to think about. Someone has to lose. Someone has to put someone else over. And you can't be in every show. You can't win every show. You can't win every match. You can't win every belt. And for the ones that are so focused on when do I get mine, spoilers, I'm never going to give it to you. I have no incentive to, because I know what you're going to do when you get it. Now, the flip side to all of that, what is its biggest strength, is ironically part of the same boat. It's in its ego, it's in its theater, it's in its ability to really reach people. Because some of the best I've seen in SL wrestling, some of the best performances, the best spots, the best moments have come from people who really make you forget that we are a bunch of avatars in a 22-year-old program. And they really make you think, these are people. This is Paul. This is BK. This is an anthropomorphic wolf with fucking kinky curls. And she is talking shit right now to me, to calling me out. Like, there are people who have absolutely mastered the game at, what do they call it? The subversion of reality. They make you forget that you're sitting in front of a computer screen, and they make you feel like you're actually there. In many ways, like your Jey Usos, your Rhea Ripleys, your Mariah Mays, like the people who can really get you into those moments. That is where SLPW has done some of its best work. And again, I cite to people like Jen Parkin, Felicia, who's in Call. Fuck you, by the way. Like, there are people who are really good at just eliciting emotions out of you. If I want you to hate me, you're going to hate me. If I want you to feel bad for me, I'm going to make you cry. And those are the things that can make SLPW one of the greatest things ever, if we let it, and if we keep mindful of the things that hold us back.
All right. I couldn't have said that better myself because I can't argue with that. Because, one of the things that Paul and I have talked about is that in our opinion, SLPW has gotten away from storytelling because everybody's so worried about their match reputation, how good they are in the ring. It's like you can be great in the ring, but if you can't tell the story outside the ring, then all you are is a worker. You're not a performer, you're a worker.
I've heard you say that, and I echo that sentiment tremendously. And I mean, hey, I started my career off in SL wrestling. I literally started my career off being a couple matches short of a jobber. Like, I excel. One of my biggest strengths is in putting other people over. I don't win well, but I lose tremendously. So for me to be in a position where I'm winning matches, when I scored a title belt, once upon a time, when I'm in a position to go over, it's very weird. But I cherish it because that's what the story calls for.
And that's exactly what it needs to get back to. Storytelling needs to get back to be the priority of Feds and not just worry about titles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's the next question from Mike? I mean, what are we on, page 99 now?
Okay, we have Mike's last question here. And looking at the time, I'd say that this is probably going to finish us out.
Okay.
And this is a hypothetical scenario, a thought experiment.
Okay.
If you could be a part of an SLPW show, everyone is crazy high standard, they voice on point, they don't miss triggers or cues, fully professional, and will always show up and do the job. The shows have 70 plus fans every week.
Okay.
But everyone is caught up in being perfect, and things are so professional. And like SL wrestling, you won't be in the same Fed as your friends. The friends you do make are not deep connections, more like work colleagues with some Hulk Hogan or Shawn Michaels types. And you've always got to watch out for your spot. In the ring, everything is perfect, runs like clockwork, new heights for us, but it's a pretty serious and kind of lonely experience. Would you wrestle for a Fed like this?
No. Easily no. The short answer is I already have a very stressful day job. Commercial litigation is a lot of work and is already claiming more years of my life than I want to admit. So I'd rather not get more involved in another job like that than I've already signed up for. But on the other hand, and this actually goes to, I feel like Mike asked a very similarly coded question in a Hangout server I'm in with him. Would you still be an SLPW if not for the friends you make? Absolutely not. Half of what makes this fun is the connections that we make. Half of the friendships that I have is because of that. I mean, hell, I'm literally in a relationship with somebody that I met by and through this. She started off as like a community organizer. We started having her actually play my in-ring manager before her schedule kind of took that away from her. So for me to basically say I can have the most perfectly run Fed ever, but I lose everything that brought me to this in the first place, then I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here at all.
All right. That's pretty fair enough. All right. Do we have any more questions?
That was the end of our questions, and we have at 8 o'clock.
Wow. All righty then. Well, before we do take off, there is one question that I always ask, and I didn't get the chance to ask you this one, Tani. So here's this question.
Okay.
If you were given and I don't want to use the word ultimatum, but if it was one of these things where you decided, okay, I'm not going to wrestle anymore. I've just decided I'm going to do something else in SL. And whatever Fed that you're in said, okay, since you've been with us for so long and you've done everything that we've ever asked you to do, and you've been a big part of this organization, we're going to grant you one wish. And your one wish is you get to pick your dream opponent and your dream match. Who and what?
Thought I got away with this one. Dream match, dream opponent. I mean, I told you I lose better than I win, so I would want to go out on something like that. We'll make a loser leaves match, and I'll probably make it falls count anywhere rules, because I would want to go back and run the mezzanine spot one more time before I go, and we'll brawl it all out. As for the opponent, who would effectively be retiring me at this moment. Dream opponent, dream opponent, dream opponent. I gotta say, it's a dead heat tie. And
Okay,
and
okay,
it's
okay. If you got two of them, triple threat.
yeah, triple threat, even better. Okay, I'll
I'll
give you
give you.
that.
Since you said it was a tie, I'll bend the rules here a little bit. We'll go to triple threat.
So one of it's going to be Morocco Frostmane. Again, we learned, we grew alongside each other. We pretty much started this mess at the same time, and I feel like if anyone's going to have that right, it's going to be him. But then on the flip side of it all, I would actually turn around and say Mazra Baxton. And in part because I've done a really cool story with her that also involved Emery Rayner, that ladder match I referenced before. But the irony is that we've actually never wrestled to a conclusive end. She is
Okay.
one of a small group of people on the Honor Pro roster. I've never had a definitive end. We had one match together, and due to the story situation we were in, it ended in a DQ finish due to outside interference. So
Okay.
we never actually finished that match, and I would want to finish that story with her.
Okay, that's very fair. Okay. All right, you can't argue with that. I mean, don't like to have any loose ends or anything like that. All right, ladies. All right, ladies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be wrapping this one up shortly. We're making this one very short because we knew we're on a time constraint because my co-host Paul, big Phillies fan, he's got to watch his Phillies tonight. He's all anxious, if you've been paying attention to it. So we got to respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you get the opportunity and you ever come in here and you come to the studio, if you walk through the door and you look up on the wall that's to your right, you will see all the platforms in which social media you can follow us. And if you need the links, click on the great big SL symbol in the middle and it'll get your note card and it will tell you everything you need to know. Also, make sure that you go into our contest channel and make sure you register to win the custom bike that is going to be given away here in about 9 more days. I want to thank everybody for paying attention. Thank everybody for listening, and we will see you all very, very soon.